folks. Boom time. Let's go. Live on YouTube again. It's like an everyday occurrence now, folks. Hey everyone, this is Colin. You're watching Inside Cycling World. We're live again. I was live this morning, live again now. This time we're back for some racing. We are doing the Tuesday Muckers Worldwide social race. It's more of a fun race. No one gets too rammy, argy-bargy in these things, but I'm just kidding. There's some absolute all-out beast racing going on in these things. Just to quickly get us started, we're sitting on the map mode right now. This is called Marble Canyon, Canada. And it's 26.1 kilometers, 466 meters of climbing, generally a bunch of false flatties. But you can see we got some steeper sections where it is going to kick up and give us a chance for riders to get away. We're going to look at, hey guys, don't forget too, I want to shout this out right now, Farnham Race Club is here again. This is their Tuesday race. So they have a race within the races. I'm going to grab something here right away. If you're watching live and you can see me right now, let me know what the lighting's like. What I did was I shut off all the lights in my room. I've only got one light on, plus a bit of a background light source there. I'm not sure if I'm looking like Casper the Ghost here, if I'm looking like The Walking Dead. It's not bad. Shirt's nice. T-shirt's very nice. Thank you very much. Appreciate all the comments on it. So yeah, we're going to get right into this here, folks. I did want to show you some other stuff here though too. Let me grab my laptop quick. This really helps me do these things. So like what I'm kind of doing now is, so I don't have to stare so much at the YouTube studio. I'm using the old streaming laptop. And once I get the notification, hey, how do you know when I'm going live? Well, you know by the fact that if you hit the bell icon, you'll get notified right away every time I go live. I'm not sure if you noticed there, all I had, the camera really dimmed and it's better now. I had one extra screen open over top of the OBS studio, and you know, just that white just totally magnified it. Amplified it is what I should say. So I'm going to go into my email here. We've got 7 minutes to go still, folks, so we're good. This is almost becoming a professional operation here now. See, I can see it here now too from this laptop. If I take that laptop away, you can see it gets a bit better. We're just going to try this today, see how it goes. So let's get in here. What have I done today? I think I slept till about 5 a.m. today. I'm on the instant coffee these days. We ran out of coffee. Joey's using the Nespresso pods, like the really good ones. Whatever. I saved them for her. I just have my nice instant coffees. I did the group ride, the Tuesday group ride, led by Clive Ribbons today. That and the Thursday ride. Those are the group rides you want to do every week, folks. Get in them. Tons of people. I was tootling along. My heart rate was like 115 or something, maybe 120 tops. Banged out a quick 31K. Contributed to the 12 million community challenge. That's a big thing, right? So I've got a link here, a notification. Turn that baby off. Notification through my email that on YouTube I'm live. So what I do is I can read the comments there and stay more active in the actual Rouvy app. So I'm going to skip this. I'm just getting all set up here. Give me a second. Hopefully the sound's good. Yep, there's my video. I don't really care about looking at myself. I'm looking for comments coming in. Let's go back to this YouTube studio here. Yep, there's a few people on board. Kyle's in the house already. Good evening, Colin. Training ride for me again tonight. Awesome. So Kyle's just doing his own thing is what he's saying here. Oh, I know what to do. I can turn down the brightness on that screen. Actually, I want to see how that works. If I go here, see how this affects it. Yeah, I can see it. So what I'm doing here, see how bleached out I am right now, it looks like? I'm just turning up the background, the screen brightness on my second laptop. Watch what happens when I turn it down. Just keep watching. Wow. I actually look like a kind of a normal person now. I've never looked normal. It's just the way it is. What I did want to show you here too, though, is check this out. We're going to light this up. Huh. So what will you guys be seeing right now? I'm not really sure. How do I do this? I'm just trying to get this figured out, folks. Do I do that? So if I go back to my studio now, what am I seeing? Ah, perfect. This is exactly what I want to show you. Okay, so we're at Marble Canyon. I just need to check my time. 4.5 minutes to go. Boom, we're fine. So you should be seeing Google Map presentation, Western Canada. Don't worry about the F. This is some guy that brings me wood. For some reason, he likes to share me his location 24/7, 365. Here's Calgary. Beautiful city of Calgary. It's located just off the foothills of the Rocky Mountains here. You can see the Rockies are like on a north-northwest, south-southeast trend. That's full geo talk there, folks. What I wanted to show you here too, just in case you ever want to show up at my house, this little jive in the road right here, this is like one of my local home corners here, folks, and it's happening as we speak. This is where the 10x10 cube is located. So here's my home marker. This is my property, folks. Got trees along the south. We got the trees here. This is a really cool feature here. This becomes a lake every spring. There's still some water standing there. There's a bit of forest on the back. You can see here, this used to be a cow operation back in the day. So anyways, that's the way it is. This is oil country. So like this thing here, that's an oil well. It's probably a gas well now. This is an actual oil well here. Here's another. Here's a facility. But anyways, what I'm trying to show you here quickly is Marble Canyon. It's not this one. It's this one way out here. So just kind of remember this here. Where did I see it? Further down. Oh, where is it? I don't want to lose this. Here it is, folks. You're going to go past this today on the course. Further down in the ride, Greymont, Western Canada. That must be a mining company. You can see here how they're doing all sorts of work here on this mountain. I guess it's called Marble. Are they going after Marble? I don't have a clue. So don't ask me. But what I did want to show you too is it's pretty neat. Let's get back into the app quickly. 2 minutes to go. We're still good, folks. Right to the limit here is what we're doing. So when you come through the mountains, you take the number one highway. The number one highway is right here. There's Calgary. There's the number one with the maple leaf on it. You take the number one all the way. You're going to come through Golden, BC. This is the end of that gigantic lake I was telling you about. Remember there was the Glacier National Park ride? Here's the end of that gigantic lake that goes it's over 200 kilometers long here, that lake. It was dammed up. That's where I said these are kind of like locks in Scotland, you know, in between mountains, deeper lakes. But anyways, you keep trucking on the number one. You get to Kamloops. The number one does continue through. But this is kind of like mining country through here. And these roads were really rough in the wintertime. So they made this bypass route. It's this number 5 highway here that takes you down something called the Coquihalla. So you avoid all this really rough drive here. But that's where Marble Canyon is, right through there. This is probably a pretty quiet part of Canada now through here, this stretch. So you can see here the number one had to go up and all the way back down instead of this diagonal coming straight down to connect on to Hope, BC, and then you're almost at Vancouver. I'm jumping right back to the app here because we're going to be going off. Let me get back to my OBS. I'm going to hide that Google map. It should be gone now. You should only be able to see the map that's in Rouvy. Let me know, folks. Let me know what you're seeing here. I'm just going to close that down to make sure I got it. I'm back in. Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. Neil says hi. Hopefully 2.6. Yeah, so Neil was saying 2.5, 2.6 earlier today to get to the second race on time. Remember, folks, we got 2 rides today. We got Marble Canyon and we got Cap d'Orlando, I think it's called. I think that might be a summer ride, perhaps. I think it's a summer ride. Might be a gravel ride, but, you know, whatever. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to turn that up a bit. We got it over 100 again. So Muckers Worldwide Series, Tuesday Series, just hitting it out of the park, folks. Like grand slams all the way. We are off to the races. Just let things settle down. I'm just going to make myself comfy here. I I feel like I'm looking quite sharp in my Cult t-shirt. There's a concert I went to a little while ago. Let me know what the lighting looks like. I think it's better. I'm just going to go with that for now. Yeah. Because before there's like 3 bulbs up here. 3 of them. I have one on, so my room is super dingy when I'm just chilling out in here. Remember, this is my kind of like where I torture myself and where I also just chill out. When Joey Jojo wants to watch crime documentaries titled such as, So You Want to Kill Your Husband in 3 Easy Steps, or What is the Best Way to Kill Your Husband and Not Get Caught? I kind of leave the room for those. I already know all the details. So I come down here. There is another living room. I don't even use it. There's a TV set up in there. I just like chilling out in here because I can kind of work away on stuff. So anyways, folks, let's get back to it here. We're just going to load the map up, see what we got on what we got on course today here. And we will just quickly jump back right now to see how many riders we got in the mix. We're going to just fly back. So just deal with this for now. If you're new here, yeah, I know. You're having some kind of problems here now. You're getting sick. You're getting dizzy. Look at these riders at the back here. And new riders all around. Hey, Wayne's here. This dude. Wayne's been hanging out with us a lot in the Team GRC Discord. I do want to bring this up too. You know, folks, I got a lot of stuff going on over here. And let's just say welcome to the Farnham boys. And so they're on... So Tuesday for the Farnham Race Club, that's their day to race. So they're actually having like a race within the race, and there's a point system for it. It's all tracked. They're on their second test race, seeing how it's going. A lot of really cool riders there. A lot of probably just total characters. And I can't thank Steve Ludd the Mud enough, Steve Ludford, for this. He's given me a bunch of information. He's obviously a member of the club, the actual road club, and a bunch of these Farnham boys that are coming in. I think it's all guys, so I'm just going to call them boys. Guys refers to everyone, but these are boys this time. They're like year-round outside riders, so they're not really on Rouvy that much. Steve does all the Muckers events, so he's quite high level. I actually don't know how high level Steve is at the moment. We're going to find him. Let's jump to the front and see who's deciding to smash themselves apart right now. It's going to be the typical, thank you very much. Gil Madiow, back in the house. I have not seen this dude since the spring. And I was asking... Neil himself, whatever happened to Gil? He's back. He just showed up. I remember these names, people. I remember them. So many good riders here right now. I can see Luis 73 is here. So I believe it was last Tuesday that Luis just kind of went back-to-back, won both races. I believe it was Luis that did it last Tuesday. And it was pretty epic how he did it because he got caught and he just took off again. So Gil Madiow. Yvonne Sagan, 86, who we saw just on Thursday, I believe it was. Biker AP, always here as well. JJ Robinson, Luis 73, Carol Susik right here. Carol level 100. I saw a comment this morning, and I don't think anyone remembered that Carol is a level 100 rider. I think there's 8 or 9 of them, maybe. Could be wrong. L Roland in the mix. Koni Coupe, Polish rider here. Flying Skywalker. Adam Pell back too. Yes, let's get it, dude. Come on. Hinsbergen is in the mix. It's only going to get better every week, folks. So last week we had like an epic showing on the Tuesday race. I think there was 125 finishers. We're not going to get that today, but we're going to be over 100, I hope. It just shows the quality of this racing and the consistency and the community that backs these events. That's what it is, folks. Everyone knows this is what I'm doing on a Tuesday. Neil and Kyle have built the community up from scratch, put the races on, show up, and then a few other people show up, and a few more show up. Luis 73 pushing to the front already. What is Luis doing here? He's already smashing out at 6.3 watts per kilo, folks. A little bit of a climb. Is he going on a flyer already, folks? What is this group going to do to react to this? 15-meter gap already. Are they going to watch him walk away? Who is going to react to this? Luis is just like, he's taking the glove off and just throwing it on the floor. That's it. Okay, check this out. Yvonne says, no, 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 no. I got to do something about this right now. That's going to bring these other riders that were maybe a little tentative, weren't sure what to do, and were waiting on the others to make the counterattack. So that's what's happened here now. Luis is like, that's cool. It's still early. Look at the profile on the bottom. We're going to be going downhill for a little bit. So Luis is just going to back off now. Chill time. So total chill time. So again, I'm just going to back up again here, folks. Farnham boys, Farnham Club. They've been around forever. This is their race within the race. They have a point system for it all. I'm going to back up a little bit. It looks like my stuff is having trouble loading here. But so Steve sent me some stuff this morning showing the standings. But the first 2 weeks are just kind of a test to see how it goes. And the point system works as such. Let's say there's 10 riders. You finish 10th, you get 1 point. First place is going to get 10 points. 10? 11? I always forget when you count like that. Get my drift though. So the more riders that show up, the more people are going to win at the very top. So I think they've got 2 test weeks, kind of like, okay, everyone, start getting in. Remember, we're racing inside now. What's really cool what they do, and I didn't know this last week, is that they only race on the Rouvy bike. Because Steve has been around forever. He rides all the time. He's got all the best equipment, the best bikes. A lot of these Farnham guys, this is probably their only real Rouvy ride of the week is this race. So they're trying to keep it fair and square. Gentleman's agreement. I love it. I think it's such a cool idea. They're all riding on the same equipment. Only because, if you've been around a lot, you've got all the fastest bikes. So for new guys coming in that are maybe level 12 or 14, it's kind of unfair when you have the best bike in the application and they don't. So they're keeping it fair and square. I absolutely love it. Just going to jump to the chat here, folks. Steven says, great idea. Showing map location of the ride. Puts into context plus all the... Yeah, it's great, man. Those mountains out there, they're pretty impressive and they span a long ways from east to west. So I live just like on the edge of the prairies. So I'm like at the border where it's just flat and open land for farming and where it starts getting roly-poly, stands of trees. If I go 15 minutes from here, maybe 10, it's a lot different from where I am. And then further, you're right up into the foothills, the bears are roaming around, and then you keep going, and then you're at the 10,000-foot mountains. So yeah, good. So everyone could see. I wasn't sure what was showing up there, so I'm getting better with OBS all the time. I got some extra videos coming out here real quick. I want to show some more stuff on buying the bikes, what the bike differences are. So I want to know how to open different windows and stuff quick. Everything's working fine. Everyone says... Sylvia says to us, hey Colin, I'm sorry to not be in the race again, but still need to finish El Diablo. Ooh, so she's doing Climb 20 right now. Yeah, awesome job, Sylvia. And she's watching the video, so she's keeping track of the Muckers. That's great. And Neil saying here, riding 2.7. So I think that's going to get him all the way there in time. So remember, there's this race going off, and then there's the add-on race right after it. So yeah, this countryside is so familiar to me. So when I rode Marble Canyon, I even in my head when I was riding it going, yeah, this reminds me of Kamloops. Kamloops is a city, central British Columbia city. It's not that big. I don't even know if it has 100,000 people. But it's kind of like, the city's probably based primarily on mining and logging, forestry, things like that. The Fraser River goes right through it, which eventually goes right to the Pacific where Vancouver is. Extremely hot in the summertime. Extremely hot. The kind of place where it's always like 31, 32 degrees every day of the summer. Always. And it can easily get over 40 in the summer. Very easily. You go a bit more south, then you start getting into that whole Okanagan Valley I told you about, where they grow all the fruit. All the grapes. There's a ton of vineyards there. So that's the kind of the part of the world we're in here. Is it mountainous? No. These are just hills here. I mean, these are probably Munros in Scotland. But, you know, you could see you just walk them. You just walk to the top. It's no real mountain climbing. But a nice part of the world, but kind of a forgotten part now. Because like I was saying here in the beginning of the video, the number one highway, and actually, if I remember the video, the map right, this might have been it way back in the day. So the number one highway at Kamloops used to split and go actually northwest before it got to come all the way south through some pretty treacherous driving. Years ago, God, I don't know if they built it in the 80s or the 90s. They made a cut down that goes straight from Kamloops all the way down to Hope. And then you're virtually outside of Vancouver. Saved huge amount of times. Used to be a toll highway, and I haven't been on it in probably 20 years. But so the story was that once it paid itself off, once the whole thing was paid off, the tolls would go away. So maybe they're not there anymore. And it also saves hours of driving by cutting through like that. But just means there's not much traffic on these roads anymore. I think those little towns are even more isolated. There was a town on that map called Ashcroft. I actually lived there for one portion of a winter. We lived in Vancouver, a part of Vancouver. My dad found work up here in the mountains doing something, and he was away working, and I think we went and stayed probably at some shady motel for a couple of weeks with him, just to kind of keep the family together, I guess. So anyway, riders, let's start following the race. Louise 73 pushing at the front with Gil Matty out. It's going to be so interesting to see this year. Flying Skywalker, Hensbergen. So at the front right now, we got 7. JJ Robinson just kind of looking a little bit dangly here on the back of this group. Might be going backwards right now. JJ's going to have to pick it up. He's just going to fall outside the draft here. Maybe he's absolutely fine. Yep, he's pushing some power. He'll be coming back. 30 meters back, we got Biker AP, who's trying to get back on as well. Yvonne Sagan is out the back. Morton Forby, Kune Kupe, Adam Pell, Jay Morales 88. Ooh, look at this group here. This is a nice group. We've got Peter Olgett, Bram Paulson, who's very strong, Helm Sire Forest. With our new rider, it's Jay Morales 88, and Niels Burnham was there as well. Here's Niels. Niels joined us. I think it was the Sunday GRC race. Was that what it was? And I could be wrong. Maybe it was the Friday social sesh. There's so many things I'm doing now. And his bike couldn't get started. He couldn't connect. He was sitting there, it just wouldn't go. Anatso here. This is Olaf. Strong rider. Looks like riding Rouvy a lot now. Matty Man, Doc. There's a ton of riders. There's 5-6 riders here right on screen. Mike Hagan in the mix. Stu is here. Stu's here as well. Don Mateo. Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. Don Mateo was the one. That's what it was. Sunday GRC was Bad Omberg. Only 12 laps. We didn't do the 100 laps like the Muckers did over the winter, which was really cool, by the way. And Don Mateo showed up late. When I caught him, he was in 46th place. And I noticed, and virtually dead last. So he probably joined 2 and a bit minutes late. The timer on the clock said 3 and a bit minutes had elapsed. 46th place. He finished 16th overall. Just passed a ton of people. So it was really cool to watch that go down. Anatso Super Mario's here. As in the Super Mario? What? We know who that is, folks. Full Chippo. I love going full Chippo. Schnorbitz. Now that is a name if I've ever seen it. Schnorbitz. And for some reason, I think Schnorbitz is the name of your dog. I really hope it is. Please let me know in the comments. Could you imagine if it was? Hey, Schnorbitz. Great name. M. Vegas here. Rad6. Yep, we've seen this rider before too. Ludwig DB. Strong rider. Alexi 134. Dudas 2. Look at all these riders here. Thomas Len. Grep. Paul Poodle. Alexi 134. There's just a swarm of them here. This false flat is just ripping the field apart. I'm just going to quickly go to the front because we are on a climb right now and I want to see what Lewis is up to. And there we go, folks. He's doing it again. He's attacked up this little climb, just trying to wear people out. Wow. Biker AP got back on board. So 7 became 8. Biker AP was able to sneak back on. These guys are all watching. Biker AP, I'm assuming, is just going to hang out at the back for a little bit, get the draft. They're all chasing after Lewis right now. They do not want him getting away. He's got a great strategy. So look at the split that's coming up right here. Lewis is going to go again there. And if that doesn't work, he's got another bump. And actually, if you look right just over halfway, there looks like there's a bit of a steep section here. He might be taking off there to get over these hills and then just run. And he's capable of doing it. He did it twice last week. Let's head back. See what we got back on the road here. Who's out here? So we got a couple people that broke down. Fifi, 28, French rider, is still in the mix, folks. He stopped. He's a fan of heavy construction equipment. If you look over to the side of the road, you can see there is a track hoe there. Actually, not a track hoe. It's an excavator. I can see the tracks on it right there. I guess you could call it a track hoe, right? Is that the right word for it? I should know. I used to do this for a little bit. It's not the right color for me, though. It is not the cat color. It's another brand. Maybe that's a Hitachi. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked, folks. There's a guy there watching over. I'm making sure no one dies on the job site. VOG81 here. We're going to call him Vogue. Alf 1174. And, JV11. He was on course. He's disconnected at level 3. So right now it's Gamma 55 going for the win. The coveted award every week. Wayne is here as well. Riding a little solo right now. Wayne's going to have to try to group up with someone. It could be a long day out there. Bo Ginger is pursuing S. Bakart and Bougie, who's in pursuit of Forja. Level 80 rider here. Up the road, we can see Blichted, level 8. We've lost our Irish friend, Dave MK. That's unfortunate. Then we've got Bischen Bicycle, German rider. Matt is back. I just call him Matt. I'm sure that's what his name is, and he's jammed a 22 in there. Level 7, Eat More Cake. In the mix. These two are always... Okay, so I say this almost every week at the Team GRC Sunday Short Race, that these two are always riding together. And here they're doing it, decked out in Team GRC gear. Don't forget you can buy Team GRC gear at the Oweo store. And you can also buy Muckers Worldwide gear there. So get in there, order yourself some gear, and represent. But it's fascinating that these two are here. In our Discord this morning, the rider with the most appearances at a Team GRC event. Folks, we've had 44 Team GRC events since we kind of started them official. I don't even know how far it goes back. That's going to include the Monday races we do as well. You know, we do a Sunday, Monday race when there was lots of challenges going on and there was lots of routes that fit the mix. And I'm happy to say, and I guessed it, and I know Alex guessed it too, and I should probably know because I watch everyone. I guessed Eat More Cake. This guy, I would say he's at everyone. Out of the 44, he's been at 41 of our events. Completion rate 93%. So this is the person that does the most GRC events. So probably deserves an award for that. But yeah, really cool to see these two riding together as usual. Why am I shocked anymore? Bounce into the chat, see if anyone wants to throw any comments about that. Sylvia saying, do you know Warthol means confused language in Dutch? Is he Dutch? I don't even know. Sylvia, I just always see Eat More Cake, who I know is a Welsh rider, always rides with Warthol. So it means confused. Okay. They're always together. I don't know if they know each other. And to be honest, I don't think... I could be wrong. Warthol for sure, but I'm not even sure if Eat More Cake really comments in the Discord. But they ride with us all the time. And that's all that matters. So yeah, 41 out of 44 events, that's pretty good. I mean, take a vacation here and there, and all of a sudden you're less than that. So always riding. And they're probably going to stick together the whole way. Bouncing up, we got Cookie J, Mikey 3R. Sylvia, okay, so you said you're riding I think you said stage 20 or the 20th stage. Which route are you on right now? Give us some of the juicy details. I need the distance and the elevation that you're suffering through today. Oh, here's one of the Farnham boys here, the chairman. The chairman is in the mix. Okay, bouncing up. We got our Fur 13 level 2 rider. So, yeah, this is day 2 on Rouvy for them. Arthur, I'm hoping you use my free trial code. I'm going to shoot that out there again, folks. This is Inside Cycling World. My name's Colin. This is what I do. This is all I do. Plus, I ride my own bike. And I play some video games. So this is my channel, Inside Cycling World. I do all sorts of race commentary, starter videos, tutorial videos, whatever you want to call them. Fun stuff. I love interacting with the community. If you're new and you're like, why would this video show up on my feed? Just relax, take it easy. I'm not here to bother you. And you like this stuff, there's a code, Colin1M. Colin, it means Colin 1 month. Colin's in capitals. Use that when you sign up to Rouvy for your free trial. Your week free trial will then become a month long. So use it. It helps the channel. Trust me. I know they're tracking it somehow and they're going, we get lots of these guys coming through that channel, so it helps me personally. Trying to grow the channel, right? Trying to become a YouTube star at some point. Bouncing further road, Spanish Stew. I'm keeping an eye on the front. I'm just going to let them go for a bit longer. It's this next little bump here, just after the halfway point. Andy up, 2.8 riding with Neil today. Neil says he wants to ride 2.6, 2.7 all the way to get into the second race. So Andy up here, Neil, we got Fetz 1984 just up the road chasing after Ganera. Ganera is another Farnham rider right here. Fred 60 just resting on the side of the road for a second or two. Jeff 65 is back, awesome. Blaine, we're seeing Blaine around a lot more, and E. Chavez. David, Blinky Bob's here, yeah, Blinky Bob, love him. Great dude, riding with Stephen Ludford. Mick is in there as well. David 1951. Yeah, this guy's everywhere. This guy does so much riding on Rouvy. He'll be getting past my level pretty quick. David, here's a question for you. How long have you been on Rouvy? I think I'm just hitting level 78. And it seems like you came out of nowhere and you just ride 4 different courses every day. So give us some background. L Tractor's here as well. Farnham rider. Is he a Farnham rider? I could be wrong. I may be mistaken on that. I don't think he is, actually. Actually, L Tractor apparently has signed up for the Team Belgium team time trial that we're doing a little bit of route recce on tomorrow. So I may be riding with L Tractor tomorrow. It's Rubu. It's is Ghost Pink in it? I think there's 4 riders now, and Rubu invited me along just to do the ride with them. Maybe it'll be a nice hard push for me. I hope it is, actually. It's only 11 kilometers at Las Vegas at night. You know I love Vegas. I know the course. I've done it before. So I think tomorrow I'm going to do that. Oop, folks, I got to get to the front right now. Sorry about this. Gil Matteo at the front, so Luis 73 did not get away there. We're going to go into a little bit of downhill. Gil is pushing hard. 5 watts a kilo, strong 70 kilogram rider. Might be even wearing the Aero helmet for aero gains today. Incredible. Flying Skywalker coming up on his wheel. Luis 73. Carol Susik. Hinsbergen. Biker AP. JJ Robinson. L. Rowland. So, yeah, we've got 8 solid riders here. I'm going to bounce back again. I'm coming back. Okay, so there's Kyle. Okay, so I'm back here. L Tractor, M Block, Dom B783, level 2. Dolph Vader, looking strong as usual. Dolph, you did such a great job at Mount Lemon. I'm glad you watched the video later and saw like what kind of anguish I was in the whole time. And it's so cool. People that weren't in the ride, people messaged me on Strava. There was a couple of messages like, I can't believe you got through that. Because I think you can watch the video like Neil said. There's 2 videos. I think it's 3 hours and 20 minutes long. When I jumped off to blow my nose. And when I came back and I'm like, okay, Get yourself together here. I changed my jersey. I changed my shoes even. I was so hot. And then I jumped back. The stream stopped. I was not disappearing. I'm sure lots of people are going, oh yeah, he quit. Yeah, well, okay, give him the benefit of the doubt. It is only 3:30 in the morning where he's at. I do have a spare bed in here too. So like it's very tempting just to go jump into that thing. But anyways, yeah, the stream just stopped. So OBS was not communicating with YouTube. The good thing is it just turned back on. So I didn't have to reset anything. Look at this. We got Jeff Trivier here riding with El Tractor just coming through Dolph right now. So kind of cool to see these riders coming up. Cat's Finn and Block. We're going to bounce up quick. There's going to be some stuff going up front. Italo76. I'm going to check the chat quick, see who's screaming at me here. Okay. Looks like I got time to mess around here. Leo, ooh, dude, your name. Leo Bischedum. Dutch rider, always strong. Patrick, 1967, Swiss. Dima, was seeing this rider a lot lately on the Trek Madone, riding with Kyle. Kyle says he's on a training ride today, so he's probably got a set wattage he's riding at. Just keep it right there, locked and loaded, folks. Easy Spanner, just up ahead. H. Gadsby. I want to find that dude again. Schnorbitz. Where's he at? Lancy's. Okay, this name is very familiar to me as well. Riding with the Shark of the Alps, Squalo Del Alpi, Mikey 73. Roger's here as usual. Roger is riding so much. Getting so strong. Awesome. Yaya Reki in the mix too. Good stuff. Yaya Reki has entered the fold of the Discord. So again, folks, Discord link, top of this page. The main page for the channel. Go up there, click it, jump on in with us. Talk about bikes, talk about your training, tell me about nutrition, please. I'm not doing any more death marches. Jostoff. Then we got Fergberg, another Irish rider. I was going to say that before I even looked at his name. I just remember it. F. Debode, Belgian. M. Toussaint, another Belgian. Mako, Polish rider here, leading these two. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing the Team Belgian team time trial. We're not sure who's all going to make it. Looks like it might have been bad timing for some of them. But the way I look at it, I'm scheduled for it. I don't even know what time it's at. I shouldn't say that. But it might make a cool Smash Fest video. The beauty of the short ones is short, apocalyptic, but it's over fast. So I can do it. Shrew. Believe Shrew is another Farnham rider. And we got Rowe here. I was going to say right away when I saw NL. We got a Dutch rider, Nederlander. Hoppy the Rocket. Here's another Farnham rider. And they're all riding like a basic Rouvy bike here, which is really cool to see. Keeping it like level. Alexei. Woo! Yes, look at this group here, folks. What a monstrous group here. How cool is this? They're all here in this pack right here, folks. I'm still seeing 8 in the bubble at the front. False Flatty segment for them. Alexi, Pierce Monster, RKT7, Rouvy Brian, Pan Rorisi, Thomas Bublik, Turn Vader, Ratim, Hoop Nakolo from Czech, K. Vanagan, another Dutch rider, pushing away at the front. Level 80, so yeah, again, level 80 rider, never seen this name in my life on Rouvy, so jumping in, so cool that people are going, yeah, these are the good races I need to be in. So again, shout out to Muckers Worldwide. Yeah, like, I get it. Like, Kyle and Neil have done such a good job here with the Muckers Worldwide group. And you know what? It's not just them. It's the consistency of all the other riders that show up. It's the Chad Richies. It's the Mike Hagans. We got one on screen now. It's Ratim. It's those riders that kept coming back every week. There was a time when Muckers Worldwide might have been Kyle and Neil riding their bikes together, that kind of thing. And then it kind of started growing. And then it just kind of grows more and it snowballs. I'm kind of feeling that with my channel right now. Team GRC is doing good. It's getting bigger every week. At the same time, I'm working on my channel. I'm doing different things. I'm getting so many good ideas from people. If you're not aware, there's something called Buy Me a Coffee. I'm not saying anything about it right now, except that I post stuff on there too. Okay, so Buy Me a Coffee, just to get it out quick, is another way you can support me. It's like, if you don't want to, if you don't want to support me through YouTube, like the extra support stuff, so Buy Me a Coffee is the best way to get money to any of your content creators. So if you're into, like, I don't know, model RC, you're into model trains, I don't care what you're into, stamp collecting, coins maybe, you got someone on YouTube, the best way to contribute to them is through Buy Me a Coffee, because they take the least away from that person. But I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying there's actually posts in there I'm putting up trying to provide more content there too. Like today, today I put a post up saying don't forget about the Muckers racing today. And I posted a picture of my new little fun toy I bought yesterday for my cycling stuff. And it's just another way of interacting. So jump in there. It's just, yeah, you can find my channel there. It's the same name, Inside Cycling World. Buy Me a Coffee. Just go in there and look. And you'll see it. There's people there. I don't think a lot of people know about it. So, you know me. I hate being promotional, but that's the only way you can make these things grow. So, there. Said it. Dudas M. Vegas. I got to go to the front here soon, folks. Look at this name. Polish rider here. Ooh, love the flag. I think that's their national emblem, I believe. This weird bird. It's probably some majestic bird, and I just called it weird. Sorry. We've seen this guy too. This Italian rider here. He obviously loves his beer. That's good to know. Thomas Lynn. Ludwig DB. Yeah, so many strong riders here. Robbie Dew up the front. Is this rider trying to get away from them? Mike Hagan here. Always strong on the bikes. Oh, we found Schnorbitz again. Schnorbitz, yeah, you are the winner of the day of the best name on Rouvy today. My opinion only, so it doesn't mean a lot. Sorry, no prizes. And that's so. Let's get to the front and see what's going on with the hitters, folks. What is going on here? We still have our 8 riders, all eyeballing each other. So at this point, folks, just going to move the other laptop over. It's sitting precariously on this PC side desk thing I have that's wobbly, that rattles around. We got 8 riders left. There's basically one bump left. One bump left. The lightweight rider like Luis 73 is going to have to go, take a look at the profile, is going to have to go through here. Because I don't think Luis 73 has enough horsepower to take him on this last little slightly uphill false flatty section, Spanish flat, if you want to call it, area through here. Not in Spain, in Canada. Spanish flat though. We learned that. Let's just sit back, watch for a second. Hard to beat a Coke Zero, folks. Okay, gonna go jump into the comments here. So yeah, Wartal is Dutch. Thanks, Sylvia. So it means confused. So that guy's just confused all the time. So Sylvia's doing Alto Montecalvillo with a lot of Muckers as VPs. So what Sylvia's doing there, if you're new to the channel, VPs are virtual partners. So funny looking at myself on the screen here, doing my hand movements, because I'm in the studio now. You can use virtual partners of people you know, and it's probably good to use people that you know. Use yourself. Really good to use yourself, because then you kind of know how they ride, right? So let's say you see someone riding at 3 watts per kilo average, the whole pace. So a good pace. It's just showing you their average numbers. What if they rode the first half of the race at 2 and the back half at 4? Their average pace is 3. So you're going to be like, why is this guy so slow? And at the end, he's going to smash you apart. Really good to ride with your own virtual partners or people that you know. Sylvia's using other Muckers Worldwide members. She knows how they ride. She's using them as her virtual partners to help pace her to finish the Diablo Challenge. Kyle's saying that he's pushing harder than he wants, but it's hard not to race. Yes, I know, right? It's so hard not to go. So hard not to go. We all get sucked into the race mode. We all see the carrots dangling ahead of us. I'm going to hang out with this group for a while. I've kind of worked my way through the entire field today, folks. They're only 3.5 kilometers finished, and perfect timing too, because just over to the right, here is that mine, that quarry. What was it called? Greymont or something? I think I might have just missed it, but it's just off to the right of the screen right now. I know at one point you can see how the whole mountain's been kind of cut away. So I'm just going to look and see where we are. So about 3.5 kilometers to the finish. The next group of riders, I'll be able to see it if I've already passed it. But you can see over on the right, there's been some work. Yeah, so we passed the actual part where they're cutting into the mountain. These are just probably like piles of I guess what you call tailings. Stuff that was cut off that they didn't need. So yeah, can you believe that this was like the main highway through Canada at one point? This is it. Right here. Kind of scary, really. So I'm going to make sure when I bounce back, I catch that thing that I showed you on Google Maps at the beginning. I'm going to do a lot more of that. I love doing that kind of stuff. You wouldn't believe how much time I spend on Google Maps on a daily basis. If I see anything on TV where they mention a town name, oh, stop. Hold the phones. Stop the presses. I need to go look and see where this is in the world. Okay, we got some attacks going off here, folks. We got attacks. L Roland pushing 9 watts a kilo here. We're getting ready for that last bump, and it's because Luis is now going again. He knows. Luis knows this is his opportunity to just seize the race by the neck and just wring the life out of the other riders. It's going off here, folks. 8 watts per kilo. If he can get over this bump first, folks, he might be gone. And he's got a 20-meter gap on Gil Mattiau. JJ Robinson, Hinsbergen, the other riders are reacting. Biker AP just falling off the back, didn't react quick enough there. Should get back on. Luis should be able to hold this. Gil Mattiau might be the one that's going to go with them. These two might get away together. Gil's going to get back on board, pushing the same kind of power. The other ones, perhaps they're pushing the same power, but there's a gap now. So now Gil and Luis 73 will probably work together to get away. 8, shredded. Absolute destructions. Strap in. Buckle up, boys. It's going off here real quick. Luis might make an attack on the next hill as well. You can see we got some downhill. Look at the profile. It will go up a bit. You can see it on the road directly ahead of us. But Gil Mattiau is right there marking every move that Luis 73 makes at this point. So how cool that went off like that. I kind of said this is going to be Luis's last place to attack. It looks like Gil Mattiau is not on the ideal bike for this. Back new to Rouvy, did not set his bike up correctly before the race. We're going to have a talk with the mechanics about this. He is not on the ideal machinery here. Strong rider though. I think at this point here, Luis is just going to ride kind of high power down the hill just to keep Gil on his toes. Don't let him rest too much, and then kick like a demon at the finish. I think that's what's going down, folks. Just looking at the side monitor here, which for some reason I can't refresh any of my stuff right. Oh, I can refresh it right now. Yeah, so I'm just looking at the standings for the Farnham RC Rouvy names. So really cool because now I have the names of the riders and I have the Rouvy names. So this is week 2, test race for them. Next week it gets real, folks. So it looks like, yeah, we got 2 up front and we got a group of 6 behind. Biker AP did get back on. I'm getting ready for Luis 73 to just absolutely trigger the rocket boosters. Coming up right away, folks. How strong is Gil feeling right now? I know he's strong. Gil's already dropping power. We're so close to the finish. 200 meters to go. Gil is off, folks, but look at Luis try to react. He's lighter. Can he pull himself back around? Gil's just turning up the heat. 13 watts a kilo. 1-2, Gil Mattiau, Luis 73. Wow, folks, coming in. And we just had 6 riders finish right behind them. And I missed it all because I was trapped in the finish chute. Okay, so yeah, first, Gil Mattiau. Second place, Luis 73. I'm going to say right now, Luis is coming out for vengeance on the next one. I don't know if the race course suits him, but we'll soon see. What time are we at in real world? Looks like it's about 22. It's 1:45. How many riders are going to make the cutoff time? I did say we were going to go back. Okay, so I got a kilometer here. I'm actually looking for... Okay, there's the mine there. Look up on the top right-hand side of the screen. You can just see the mine. The mining excavation of the mountain. So they're chopping into this mountain here all the way. Excavating whatever it is they're getting. They call it Marble Canyon, so who knows? Is it marble? I couldn't tell you. Greymont, if you need a geologist... Well, by the way I'm talking about what I'm looking at, you maybe don't want to hire me. Anyways, I got something better to do, folks. I don't care about that anymore. I'm creating my own destiny here at Inside Cycling World. Teddy's deciding to bark. We're going to have a nice sprint finish here, folks. We have, it looks like, 6-7 riders here coming in. Coming in hot, folks. Peter Oldgit pushing at the front. JJ Morales, 16.8 watts per kilo, folks. Niels Brenham lighting it up as well. Will he hold off? Jay Morales just gets nicked by Niels Brenham right at the last second. Yes, Niels. Great job. Great job. Love it. Guys, it's really hard to watch all those riders come in at once. Yeah, that's some tough stuff for me. Great finishes. So we've had 3 great finishes already. Sorry, I missed the second one. So what happens is, if I follow them right into the finish chute, I get locked in the finish chute, then I know there's riders right behind them. I can't really click on the bubble at that point because they're so close. I have to click on a group that's further back and then bounce my way forward again up the name list. So that's why I miss it all the time. It's kind of a little bit of an art to doing it. So Morten Forby coming in next, 17th place solo Danish rider. Stu from the UK is in 18th. Don Matteo catching him right now. Don Matteo and Onatso. All 3 of these riders really good. Really good. Onatso is kind of like a legend around here. Not a spring chicken, that's for sure either. Tons of good riding. Ton of hill climbs races he's run around here. So he lives in British Columbia, the province that you're actually riding in right now. I think he's in Vernon in the Okanagan Belt. Don Matteo getting to the front here, folks. Wants to keep the pressure on these 2. Just slowly going to rise. Let's see what Stu's going to do. Stu always has some kind of weird race strategy. I've seen ones where he's like stopped and started, just to kind of catch people off guard. 1.4 kilometers out, 3 up. 3 up sprint, folks, coming up. M4B finishing solo up ahead. So this will be for 18th, 19th, and 20th place here. Loving it. We are a kilometer out. I'm going to jump into the chat quick. Okay, Kyle's got a story about Google Map towns. Okay, I'd love to hear about that later. And Sylvia's saying, I think she's struggling with her virtual partner selection due to the draft. Yeah, that's right. I was just saying to someone a few days ago, I think it was Penelope. You'll know her as Pit Stop 34, I believe. Hey, Penelope. She's away on vacation right now, up in the Lake District. Beautiful picture she sent me. I said, I said, can you show me where you're going? And I don't think I'm very blunt, but I like to ask people what they're doing. Where are you going? What are you up to? Less than 500 meters to go, folks. Let's get back to the racing. Onatso, Don Matteo, and Stu. Don Matteo is the youngest out of this group, folks. At least it says that on Rouvy. Onatso pushing to the front, 7.3 watts a kilo. Getting close, folks. They're going to have to light it up now. If you want it, you got to go now, folks. Here we go. Stu just drops close to 11 watts a kilo. Gets past Don Matteo. Looks like he's going to hold it, but Don's coming back. Coming back hard right now. Sticking with Onatso. 1, 2, 3, Stu, Don Matteo, and Onatso. So Doc PS is coming in now with Matty Man. See there, I get locked into the finish chute. I have to back up. It's kind of something you just got to learn how to do. Doc's going to get 21st. Matty Man 22nd. Schnorbitz. Yes, Schnorbitz. Let's go. Mike Hagen's here. Lionel Kuna. Dude, I struggle with your name, Lionel. I want to say Lionel, and then I start butchering it. Another strong cyclist here. And Super Mario. If this is actually Chippo, look out, folks. And it looks like he's going for it right now. Pushing to the front. 400 meters to go. Yeah, like, I'm cheering for Schnorbitz just because of his name. He is riding a Rouvy bike, so he's at a little bit of a disadvantage. Super Mario rocking it out, 12 watts per kilo, folks, and gone. But Mike Hagan is putting in the watts now, trying to hunt him down. So this is Mike Hagan's view. Super Mario is gone. Just the perfectly timed acceleration. Lionel and Mike Hagan battling it out. Lionel just takes him. And Schnorbitz, my pick, comes in fourth out of that group. But the name alone carried me through, folks. We got Rad6 coming in next, 27th place. Actually being pursued by Ludwig DB. If you hear some barking, that's our little dog, Teddy Bo. It's actually Addison's dog. Addison, my wonderful daughter. My youngest daughter, 19 years old. Making her way in the world. Hi, Addison. Hey, Carson. Apparently they watch my videos all the time. And Addison just says to me, she goes, I love watching your videos. And I'm like, why? Like, she doesn't ride bikes. She goes, you're so happy when you do your videos. I'm like, well, guess what? I am. I am so happy when I do this. Ludwig DB coming 27th. But Rad6 comes over his shoulder, catches him sleeping, and goes in for 27th place. Ludwig reacts, but it's too late now, folks. 29th, Peter. It's probably a Peter, I would assume. Paul Poodle coming in. Giuli 73. M. Vegas. There's so many riders coming in, folks. I can't keep track. Thomas Lynn just finishing now. Grep's trying to get over his shoulder. 9-10 watts per kilo. Battling to the finish here, folks. Grep, Thomas Lynn. Robbie Dew just seconds after them. Here we got a group, folks. It looks like Turnvater has got ahead of Ratim and Kay Vanagan. Let's just see if the Dutch Power can light it up now. Let's see if we can get an MVDP, a bit of action here going on. Man, that guy, MVDP, like, I think he's my favorite cyclist. I don't care if he doesn't win a Grand Tour. I just don't care. He's just, when he accelerates, he just looks like, yeah, that dude's fast. Look at this. Kay Vanagan coming. Dutch Power coming through, folks. A little bit of room left, but it looks like Turnvater's going to hold it. Ratim from the Czech Republic coming in next. Okay, trapped in the start-finish shoot here. Next, we got Nakolo, Czech rider. I think they say Czech, or they say Czechia. I think I've talked about before. Dudas just getting him at the finish line. Pan Rorsi. Czechia, I think they say that for more casual. So, like, they'll say the Czechia basketball team or whatever. Yeah, what is it? I think isn't it in the Czech they just love basketball? Or is, like, that kind of central part of Europe, like basketball junkies. Really weird to me because here in Canada, Pan Rorsi is going to finish 41st, Rouvy Bryan 42nd, Pierce Monster 43rd. Trying to get everyone here, folks. RKT7 is coming in 44th place. Looking at the time here, the next race will be going off at like a 1 or 105. So they got a 7 to 12 minute window to get over the finish line, towel off, get the bottles loaded again, folks, and do it again. But yeah, so what is with like Slovenia and like, you know, Czech and I don't know, Bosnia, all those little countries right there, you know, like Central Europe, they love their basketball. And they have like some super tall dudes there. And I forget what country it is, but it's a country that like gives the United States team a run for its money. Is it the Czech team? Might be. I don't think we have anything like that in Canada. It's like, okay, well, we got hockey. And I'm not saying there's not basketball fans here. There obviously is, but we just don't take it as serious. Jumping into the chat. Yeah, so Silvio's making a good comment there, and I do want to bring it up as we watch these riders finish. Thomas here finishing at 45th. So she's got VPs picked, but it's so hard to pick your VPs. So you don't know what they're going to ride it at. So Silvia could ride 3 watts per kilo easy. I know she can. Oops, I wanted to be on that rider there. Give me a second to breathe here. So F looks like F DeBody's going to finish alone. F Mako will finish alone. Let's hang out with Shrew for a bit, who's riding with the Dutch rider here, who's decided to go to the front here, putting in an attack here at the start of this last little climb. Just falls flatty, but it's made the break. Trying to get away from Hoppy the Rocket and Shrew. Can they work together? These two know each other very well. Look how well they're working together. 6 watts per kilo in the draft. Pulling back row right now. the Nederlander rider. Coming around the corner, Hoppy the Rocket looks like they're leading out Shrew. Shrew goes over his shoulder, dropping 8 watts per kilo. They might catch Mako at the finish line. Check this out, folks. Shrew's coming up on Mako right now, is just going to blow past him at the finish. It looks like Mako was trying to react there, though, too. He saw them coming. Netherlands rider coming in next, so great job. Made the attack, but those two that were behind you, dude, they know each other. Haller coming next, super strong with Yaya Reki, both pushing 12 watts a kilo there. The Shark of the Alps coming next. M. Toussaint. When I see that name, I want to think he's a French rider, but he's Belgian. That Toussaint. But then again, they do speak French there too, though, don't they, folks? Mikey 73 next. Let's just back up a bit. Here's Steven. Steven's with L Tractor. Steve. So Sylvia was saying, hard to pick your VP sometimes. And I also said too, oh, look at this guy, 3 watts per kilo. Me and Sylvia can both ride with that person. But what if they rode the first 20K at 2 watts a kilo? They rode the back 20K at 4 watts a kilo. The average is still 3. They seem slow at the beginning. They smash you to pieces at the end. Hard to predict. Or you pick someone that's riding 3 watts per kilo, but you don't realize that person did that on a race where, let's say they were in a group with some hitters who were riding 4 watts a kilo, and that person was able to hang in that group at 3 watts a kilo with the draft. So you don't realize they're actually riding more like a 4 watt per kilo rider, even though it says 3. That's all they had to put out in their race situation. That race could have been last year. And you've called them out, put them into yours, and next thing you know, it's like, why can I not keep up? Because they've got virtual partners on. Lancey's here just hanging on, trying to stay away from L Tractor, and Steve Ludford here coming in fast. Steve looking strong here, and L Tractor both pushing 9 watts per kilo at the finish. You can see here, Steve, gentleman's agreement on a Rouvy bike. Yeah, I love it, Steve. Man of his word. I love that. So they got a gentleman's agreement. I'm going to miss a few finishers here. Roger's coming in. Just caught Roger an easy spanner. Again, I'm getting locked at the finish, folks. I might have missed a couple. Patrick 1967 is next. Just thinking of that drafting again there. Here's something to consider too. Like, let's say you ride Marble Canyon by yourself. So it's 3 hours from now. You got home from work. You're looking at that 12-pack of beer. Kyle's finishing next here. 9 watts per kilo. Being chased by Mick. Yeah, so much for Kyle's easy training ride today. Doing his 9 watt per kilo sprint finish. Great job, Kyle and Mick. So I was making up a story there for you. You just got off work, home from a long day at the shop, at the mill, at the warehouse, at the factory, the salt mine perhaps. You got that 12-pack of beer. You're just ready to guzzle them all. I'm absolutely kidding. But you can do that once in a while if you want. So you jump on a ride. I'm trying not to lose track of what I'm talking about here. And you're going to say, okay, I'm just going to ride Marble Canyon by myself. And you see a scattering of bubbles along the bottom of the screen. Jeff Trivier and H. Gadsby coming in next. There might be a bit of a battle here, I'm not sure. After that, we're going to have Dima, 101 new. So you see a bunch of people on screen, you're riding through the events, let's say you're 20 minutes in, and you see a bubble coming up from behind like a freight train, just like a runaway train hammering. And the 2 riders finish there together. We got another group of 2 coming in here. Dom, level 3 rider, holding off David 1951 right at the finish. And Blinky Bob just came in as well. Then we got Katz Finn here, Dutch rider. I'd love to know how to say that. So you're riding, let's say you're riding at 3 watts a kilo, and you see this runaway freight train coming up behind you at 2 watts a kilo or something. And you're like, how are they catching me? How are they catching me? And you're just watching them come closer and closer. What you don't realize, and you will never see this, virtual partners don't show up on your screen. That person might have 10 riders in front of them riding, 3 to 3.5 watts a kilo, stronger than what you're riding. And that person that's behind them is getting this beautiful draft all the way. So even though they're doing less power than you, the drafting effect essentially means they're putting out more power than you, and they're going to move faster and they will catch you. So just remember that when you're riding sometimes. When it happens, it's like, what is going on? That's what's going on. So just remember, those virtual partners are hidden to you, only they can see them. Same as your Ghost Riders. If you use Ghost Riders, no one else can see them. Leo Bescheidem just caught by Blaine and Jeff65, coming in hot at the finish here. Blaine pushing 8 watts per kilo. Jeff looking strong, just under 6 watts a kilo here. And Leo, our level 12 rider, content to finish recovery ride already. Ganera and Neil's coming in next. Just riding into the finish here, we got Neil, we got Andy and Ganera all finishing a nice training ride together. Good thing, guys, you're going to make it just in time for the next ride. 1 o'clock, folks. I believe the next ride starts immediately. I'm not even sure. If there's someone in the chat that knows, let me know. So I'm just reading here. So yeah, Sylvia, that's the problem with trying to pick virtual partners. And Neil says, that's why you pick 100. Just turn as many on as you possibly can. I like that idea. I love it. Spanish Stew, I think this is a Farnham rider. This is a Farnham rider, for sure. Just looked up their name here. Dolph Vader here. Always love chatting with Dolph. Dolph did such a good job at Mount Lemmon, like finished light years ahead of me. Like literally. Getting back to the chat, trying to catch up. And yet, Sylvia saying here, Belgium is split in French-speaking in the west and Dutch-speaking in the east. Okay. Kyle, thanks Mick for pulling me the last 5 miles. Yeah, Kyle, you had a great finish there too. Am I stuck on a rider here? Oh no, we're seeing a little bit. We're on Torben here. Just gonna bounce back, see who's here. We got Spanish Stew, the chairman, Mikey 3R, Wartall. Hey, look who's here. It's Eat More Cake. What do you know? Like they just ride together all the time. Just trust me. If you go back through all my videos, remember this is Inside Cycling World, talking to Colin here. Go back through all the Team GRC races. I pretty much covered every single one of them. I was thinking about that. Have I covered all of them? I think there might have been one Monday one I missed. There might have been one maybe I missed in Mexico. I do take my stuff with me when I travel. It's not as good as my current setup, so I kind of have to do it differently. Just so you know, I'm kind of tempted to race out here in the next couple days because Joey Jojo said to me, she goes, well, why can't you do it on your... I said, it just doesn't work. Kind of tempted to run out and buy myself a really juicy gaming laptop. Not to game on, to do this. So you get the full effect because I think everyone's kind of used to me doing it this way. We got Arthur here, level 3. This might be the winner today. Wartall, Bougie. Yeah, where's Boogie today? The other guy, Nicholas Boogie. Haven't seen him. Bo Ginger, Cookie J, Blicktude, Matt, Bishan Bicycle, S. Baycart. Man, we better be over 100. Forha, W. Cotty. This guy's finishing for sure. We lost Alexi. So Alexi had a mechanical. 99th rider would be Voj, but we've lost Alexi ahead, so actually he's passing him right now. I think Alexi's off somewhere gallivanting around in the fields, the little foothills over on the side here, picking flowers and whatnot. So it looks like we're just going to be shy of 100, folks. I'm really hoping we got 100 finishers. Yeah, everyone else is broken down here. So we'll get back here, and what I think I'm going to do... Okay, thank you. Starts at 5 past. So that gives me a second to get geared up here for it. Kyle's going to miss the next race. What's this all about? Don't know. Just looking at my emails, folks. Trying to stay on top of things here. See who's got to say what to me today. What kind of fake job is you going to send me? So the next race starts at 5 after the hour. And we're going to jump into it. We are going into it, folks. So what I'm going to do is, I just got to pretend that I'm normally in Rouvy right now. That's what I got to do. Brain's not working too well today, folks. So what we do, Spanish 2, you're a champ. Everyone that's left, champions, legends. Let's do this, folks. Hopefully you can make the next race as well. It's another challenge route, and it's an easy one. I've done it. So we're going to back out here. We're going to quit. Take this as a bit of tutorial too. If you're watching from home and you're like, wow, I love what this guy's doing here. I don't have it yet. So, okay, so he had that video. Where do all the videos go? It's going to take up all the room on his computer. Go to your avatar. I'm going to come to downloads here. And we just did Marble Canyon. I delete it. Boof, it's gone. So Marble Canyon's gone. Hey, see this one here? That was the group ride today. I don't need it anymore. Doo-doo, gone. That's it. You're not going into your PC. You're not looking around. The ride today we're actually doing is Capo di Orlando, Sicily. If you were to select it here, though, here's your warning. You're just riding the route solo. You're in time trial mode or you're in just ride mode. You're not in the event. You're not in the race that we're going to look at. So don't do that. So then you're going to come back to home. Let this baby load up. Have a sip. And come to your events. Everything's on the left-hand side here. We're going to scroll down. You can see here I got my Team Belgium thing signed up for tomorrow. Starts in 21 hours, so it'll be 10 o'clock in the morning or something. And then we got the Team GRC Big Birthday Bash at Cat Fermenter. Everyone, that's coming up quick. I think it's October 20th. Talked about it a little bit earlier. I will talk about it again. So here we are. They've already been racing for a minute. That's cool. I wanted to cover as many people as possible. If you look here too beside it, oh, it's actually showing that that race is still on because that race is technically still on. So what we're going to do is just jump in. It's downloaded. We're good to go. I don't start the event because I'm not racing with them. I watch the event with the famous Cap de Formentor in the background. So you can see we got some riders that are starting late. Some of these riders will be brand new. They missed the first race and they're only racing the second one. Here, for example, here's Dolph Vader. You're going to see a lot of the same names from before. This starts with a downhill. And this is a really chill ride, actually. But the reality is there's going to be people at the front just killing themselves. They want to race. But wow, we have some new names up here. Chris Keeves from the UK, level 15 rider. Excuse me, folks. That's the Coke Zero talking. Racing here with JJ Robinson, Gil Matteo, Beer and Bike. I think I know that name. Kone Coupe. So I'm not sure if Luis 73 is here again. Simon Honnenbrook. Yeah, this dude. I saw him last week. I think he actually broke down on the course. Dave 12 coming back here. I saw a quick 9 watts per kilo there. Just doing a little bit of a climb here. Pretty scenic area. I remember this one. When I did this one here, I'm like, when did they film this? And I got to think this has got to be spring, fall. Because everyone seems to be wearing jackets. We're in Sicily. We're in the middle of the Mediterranean. You know, your mind tells you, oh, it's warm all the time. Well, it's not. They got seasons as well. Take a look at a lot of the people on the side of the road. They're wearing jackets. Things like that. This is the kind of weather we'd probably be like in shorts and t-shirts here in Canada. It's funny when you come from a cold part of the world. Yeah, when we go to Mexico, we go to Cabo all the time. Sometimes other places. And it'll be like, I don't know, not the hottest time of the year, so it might be like 16 or 70 degrees Celsius in the morning. And the Mexicans there that work at the resorts, they're wearing like full wool hats and jackets. And I'm like rocking around in a t-shirt. I'm ready. I don't even feel it. It's just what you're used to. Okay, look at this. I love these buildings here. I love all the apartments and stuff like that. I think it's really cool, but I might struggle to actually live in it myself. Kind of going through that phase right now at home. We've had some discussions about maybe selling the house down the road. I've kind of said to Joey Jojo, maybe in the spring would be nice. Where would we move to? Because she says, I told her, I said, I think there's a lot of things that you miss about living in town. Wow, there's a lot of new riders here right now. You know, it's kind of like when me and Jojo are sitting around and it's like, oh, we don't have any milk. I'm like, hang on a second. I'm going to drive 25 to 30 minutes to go get a jug of milk and take another 25. It's like an hour of my day gone. Plus whatever time I spend in the store. I miss things like that. I don't miss being near people though. I've been here 12 years. I've been living on acreages out in the country since 1997. 97? Probably 98, 99. When I finally got to the country. Yeah, so Simon Honnenbrook here is pushing hard at the front. JJ Robinson, second place. So JJ's already raced today. Niels Burnham is back. El Roland is back. Coney Coupe was there before. I think Dave was at the last race. Defoe looks like a newcomer. Gil Mattio's back though. Morton Forby. So a lot of these riders, even though they're taking it easy, still hard pushes. Yeah, they're going pretty hard here actually on this. So climbing this 3-4% grade here, we got Mahutch, Beer and Bike, Chris Homp. This rider was at the very front before. He's probably finding themselves maybe struggling a bit now, hanging with the hitters and now realizing, ooh, this is a pace I can't maintain, but still pushing really strong. 5 watts per kilo. What is that? Ooh, 80 kilogram rider. Gonna shout out to this guy right here. We need to change your bike, dude. We need to change your bike. I don't think Chris Homp is not one of the Farnham riders. So this is someone that just came in and did not get on the right bike. Stu's back again. See here? Stu's on the right bike. That's how you do it. Chris Keeves has fallen out of the front group as well. Tried pushing with those hitters. We see Biker AP going up the road right now. Chris Keeves here as well is not on the perfect bike for this. I'm checking names on my secondary list to see if any of these riders are Farnham riders, and maybe they're meant to be on the Rouvy bike, but not again. Then we got David Blue. So I think there at the beginning, Chris Keeves got caught up in all the action, the excitement, so hopefully didn't burn too many matches and can pull himself together and ride a really strong ride here, which looks like they're doing right now. Maybe my brain's not 70 kilogram rider. David Blue's next, riding with, they're coming up on Chris Keeves right here. David Blue, Don Mateo, yes. I thought Don Mateo would have been further up. Maybe Don took a little bit longer of a break because he definitely made the time cut for the last route. So 15th place right now. Should be able to pull himself back a couple of spots, I think. We got Chris here, Gergiano, Felipe Ferreira, seen that name before, decked out in Muckers gear, that's probably how I've seen them. Thomas Lindback as well. Team Markart. Matrix Legend, yes. Love it. Level 6 rider. Gergiano up ahead is a level 5. Then we got Ludwig DB. Christoph Schmecki. Level 6. Don't ask me why I pronounce it that way. Robbie Dews here again. Ooh, 3 Muckers on screen right now. The Shark, Rat Tim, Mike Hagan. They're all back. Look at the levels too, folks. Level 89, level 84, level 85. Neil's here. 4 Muckers on screen at this moment. Awesome to see. Keep working our way back. I think I did this one last week. It was one of those ones. They're busy hunting some people down ahead of us, folks. They've got their eyes set on Matrix Legend up ahead. That's what's going on here. Okay, let's just see if I can figure this out. Yeah, there's about a 45-meter gap. So we got, 2, 4, 6. It looks like 7 riders up here. Matrix Legend just hanging on. And then this group of 5 or 6 pursuing them through these corners. Through the chicanes, folks. We're going to bounce back a bit. We got Flidsbogen here. Flidsbogen 79, German rider. Lorenzino. Sieberum. Stelvio Bound, yes, level 80. A level 8 rider here, Al 35 from France. Andy Up is back too, riding with Mick. Were these two riding together earlier? I think they might have been. Then we've got Girdboy 78 from the UK chasing after these two. N Block has returned as well. So a lot of these riders would be more in the mix, but they missed the kind of the start time for this one. So they were finishing the other route, wipe the sweat off your face, hunker down, go again. So great day on the bike for these riders. Mikey73 back again. New rider for this event. Zona Sess. And then we got Suze D. Sused. Not sure. Mouse 6713. Dominic Rossi. Canadian rider. Okay. Level 54. Okay. Rouvy bike again. So maybe returning back. Got defaulted to the Rouvy bike. Thomas Go, maybe something like that. Level 5 though. Triathlon Tito. I saw this rider. Triathlon Tito. Rode with this lady here. You can see, look at, she's got the ponytail going here. Rode with her. And you know what's funny? She's got funny shoes going on too. I saw this earlier today on my group ride. It was, whoa Nelly. She had funny shoes. Let's just leave it at that. Ooh, looks like Dolph has had a disconnect. Dolph is furious right now. Right now, Dolph is saying, I don't care. But he does care because he wants to get this ride done. So Triathlon Tito rode with myself and Neil and Kyle for a little bit on the Mount Lemmon Death March for me. Everyone else did really good. Everyone else is fine. If you want to see it happen, there will be a couple of video links somewhere. I'm getting better at putting like video suggestions on. Yeah, I was unprepared. I was underfueled. Underslept, if you want to say that. So cool seeing these like little houses and stuff just tucked into the hills here. But what a weird place to live. If you ask me. Like, could you imagine pulling out? Like, you want to go driving and there's cars coming flipping around these corners. Maybe some crazy cyclists bombing down the hill the other way. How often do you think that happens? I guarantee you, all the time. Carlos here. Look at this old Rouvy symbol here on his avatar. Only level 19, so maybe, I don't know, this could be someone that you used Rouvy in the past, left his profile and came back later, maybe. Simply Slim, level 9. Yeah, so Dolph's having trouble reconnecting here. Then we got, Sfar's got the same issues today. So looks like we got 48 people on the move. I'm sure Dolph will take his time and get back on board. Back to the front, Simon Honnenbrook, L. Rowland, Niels Burnham, J.J. Robinson, Gil Mattiau. Absolute hitters up front here, folks. M4B's included right in that mix. Yeah, strong riders here. So we have 5 in our front group, and then it's only a 120 meter gap back to the next group. After this, what's up for me? I'm not sure yet. Thanks for asking. So yeah, Kyle says he's going to miss the race. Starts at 5 hours. Okay, so I'm up to speed on that. We've only got 11 viewers right now. It's Tuesday. I get it, folks. It's all good. Watch the video later. I'm going to just take a look here, see how my lighting's still working. So lighting's not bad. You guys tell me, do you want it the other way next time? I don't really care either way, to be honest. I'm good. A little bit of shine, whatever. Greasy. Oh, man. So much fun. So a little bit of kicks here. You can see people pushing up ahead. We got a bit of a climb. You can see it on the profile too. They're trying to get people out the back. They're trying. 5 riders here. Anytime you can attack on one of these climbs, you might just throw someone out the back. And I'm looking at this here right now, and I can see people. L. Rowan on the live. I can see a Trek Madone. I can see another live. The black bike looks like the Giant Propel, and I don't know what Gil Mattiau's riding. It looks like he's on a standard Rouvy bike. So huge weight, huge aero disadvantage. But he does have that aero helmet on. I don't think that makes a difference. I'm just saying, like, he's on the wrong bike for this. He is a very strong rider, but why put yourself at that disadvantage? Okay, the black bike's actually a Cervelo. I just saw the split in the handlebars. It's the S5. So not as light as the Liv or the Madone. So close though, but same aero ratings. I mean, Cervelo, that whole brand, it's a Canadian brand, by the way. That whole brand has been all about aerodynamics. Like, is it fair to say, what do you guys think? Did they kind of like originate the first aero road bike? I kind of have a feeling that they did. Or that's the direction they pushed in. I know the valuable ones, there's they call them Cervelo RCAs. Like, supposed to be incredible layups of carbon. I know most bikes, even though they're a French bike or an Italian bike or an American bike, they're all made in Taiwan, maybe China. Those RCAs apparently were all made here in Canada itself, like with the best engineering at the time. And I forget who I was talking with. I'm sure it was someone on Rouvy. They own one, and the bike's actually old now, and he's like, it's still the lightest road frame I have. So, pretty special bikes. If you ever get your hands on one, yeah, maybe let me know where it is first. So we still got our 5 riders at the front. We're going to hit back into the chat. Check this out. Colin's messenger service here. He says, can you let Neil know I'll drop my car off in 10 minutes? Thanks. Okay, Kyle, he knows. So Neil, Kyle's going to be coming to drop his car off. Whatever that means. I don't know. Yeah, and Sylvia's saying, yeah, Sicily is Italy. That's right. So only fast and crazy drivers are. Oh, yeah, totally. I guess the one good thing too is that it is Europe. Smaller cars, not big cars like we have here. And I know people say that too. I've heard some European people say, "Why do you guys all have to drive big cars there?" Because we can. That's my answer. Our roads are wider. Our cars would not fit well on these roads. Although I see lots of cars going by here that you would find like the North American version of. I'm sure it's parking where it's really bad. It's just more spread out here. Like when I see these cool towns, like I look at them and think, wow, how many families are living like in one building? It's just different. Yes, we have condos here, that might have 3 stories and I don't know, 30 or 40 units per floor. You get your underground parking, you get 1 stall. Like that would not work for me because at one point I had my car here, Joey Jojo had a car here, Addison had her car here, Avery had her car here. Plus I have one of those K mini trucks. It's a right-hand drive truck. They're from Japan. I put a plow on it. That's how I plow my driveway in the wintertime. And I have my non-running, but very classic and collectible 1989 Porsche 928 S4. I promised myself I'm going to get it running again, and I promised myself it's going to be my daily driver at some point. I mean, those old cars, super cool. It used to be a daily driver for a while, and then I just stopped driving it. I don't know why. I'd take it out, and let's just say I've had it since 2005. I just think they're cool cars. Simon Honnebrook, 8 watts per kilo. Niels Brenham, 8 watts per kilo as well. They're trying to shred it apart again, but all 5 riders here are pretty strong, folks. They're all keeping an eye on each other. We've got a few more little climbs. So I take my 89 Porsche out. So if you don't know what a 928 is, no, it's not a 944. No, it's not a 924. Please don't say it only has a flat 6, because it doesn't. It has a V8 in it. It has a 5-liter V8. Front engine, water cooled. The 928 was the car that was designed to replace the 911, but the 911 purists, they love their air cooled cars. I love them too. I think they're great. The 928s were beasts, but Porsche could not kill the 911 off. So anyways, I got this water cooled 928, super cool. I go out on it. I see guys in there in cars that are worth like 10 times more, that are twice as fast, and they all look at my car, thumbs up every time, because they know what it was in its heyday. Super cool car, so I want to get that back on the road. Who cares about driving my Mazda CX-9 SUV? I don't care. Like, Joey's big into that. Oh yeah, it's new, it's nice, it's shiny, and I'd rather have my 928 roll in the streets, with the chance that they could break down on any given ride, because that's the way these old cars are. I find a lot of guys that have their old cars, every time you take them out, it's like, well, am I going to break down today? Because that's just the nature of old cars. And I think especially with these old Porsche 928s, they were like, at the time, electronic beasts. There were so many features in them. So my car, 1989, think about this. Okay, little stupid things. Okay, so it had that's the one that has the pop-up frog headlamps. Okay, so here's one thing. Whip-de-doo, it sprays some washer fluid on the lights. Okay, kind of a little bit of a good thing, but check this one out. You can adjust the headlight angle from inside the car depending if you're carrying passengers in the back. Because the passengers in the back are going to tilt the car down a little bit more, so you'll angle your lights down a little bit manually with a little dial to set it down there. Like, just weird little features like that. It's got a funky sunroof. The sunroof is about as wide as this keyboard I'm showing you right now. It's just totally useless. In the 928 world, they kind of say, don't open it. Why would I not want to open it? It's my sunroof, because it may not close. And then you're going to be stuck with an open sunroof. They are really cool looking cars still. They're outdated. Who cares? It's a fun car. So that's my goal. It's not going to happen this year. It needs a fuel pump right now. The fuel pump's in the tank. See these hands? They're not really mechanics' hands. So I got to figure out a way how I'm going to get this thing running again. So if you're a Porsche 928 specialist and you love cycling, come on over. We got some talking to do. Okay, folks, we are now only 5.3 kilometers to the finish. This has been the most non-cycling related video I've done in a long time. The chat has probably gone barren. We're in the chat. Okay, Kyle says thanks for that. Big smiley face emoji. Sylvia says we're getting more US style cars here. Don't know why, because they don't fit on any parking spots in the Netherlands. I can see it. So Sylvia, years ago, I bought myself a 2014 Dodge Ram 3500 quad cab long box dually. So that means there's 4 tires on the back. It's meant for farmers, guys pulling horses, guys pulling cattle. So I've used them before. So I used to help the neighbors all the time. They had cows. I had my dogs and me temporarily lived on their property. I lived like in a trailer on their property. I didn't actually live there. I just had a trailer set up there so I could camp out with the dogs. I had a place in town. And, I'd feed the dogs. I'd train the dogs. I'm like, I'm just going to crash out here tonight. Or I'd go back to my little place. But anyways, yeah, you take a Dodge Dually, big diesel engine. You can pull anything. You could probably pull up to 5 parked cars in the Netherlands and just pull them all away with their wheels locked. There's so much torque in those diesel engines. They're meant for pulling. The last I heard, and I don't really, the dogs want to come visit me. Most of these big Ford, Dodge, Chev dualies with the diesels in them, the 1-tons, as they call them. I don't know why they call them that, 1-tons. I think in the old days they were called 1-tons because they could take a ton of cargo in the bed. Well, now you could put 7,000-8,000 pounds back there in the bed of the truck. They're now all rated at 30,000 pounds plus of towing capacity. They're beasts. What do you need them for? Well, you're a farmer. You got a trailer. The trailer's probably 3,000-4,000 pounds. Maybe more because it's probably all aluminum. It's got to be heavy duty. You're going to stick, 14, 15 cows in the back. L rolling on an attack right now, folks. Trying to get up this last climb and get over the top. Gil Mattio's going with them, though. This is the same as the last race. We've lost Niels Brunemo at the back. Simon Honenbroek is holding on with J.J. Robinson. These 4 are going over the top together, I think. So, you're the farmer. You got your trailer and you got 15,000, 16,000 pounds worth of cattle in the back. That's why you need these big Dodge dualies. I don't know how you guys do it in Europe. How do you haul 16 cows at the same time? And this will just be the farmer moving cows. This is not a cattle liner. This would be, so when I lived on that farm, their last name is the Romillies. Probably a Dutch name. The way they spell it, I know they changed the spelling of it. It's Romilly. Roemmele. I think they ditched one of the E's to make it more North American sounding. Maybe it's a German name. German Dutch, right? Bombing down into town here, folks. Bombing down. So yeah, me and Alex, the young dude, we'd pull up. Grandpa and Dad would get the cows on board. Me and Alex would take off in our trucks, take them out to a pasture, which could be 5 minutes away. It could be 45 minutes away. Drop them off in the field, lock them up, drive back, go get another load. We could haul a couple hundred head of cattle that way. That's how it gets done here. So that's what those big trucks are for. Steven says apparently Sicily is a high-risk area for Asian tiger mosquitoes. Dengue fever detected in several southern European. And welcome to Inside Cycling World, your source for all health-related issues all around the world. Car talk, farm talk, we do it all here, folks. Thanks, Steven. I didn't even know what a tiger mosquito was. I have heard of dengue fever, though, and I think dengue fever is the kind of thing where you get it, it's like, well, nice knowing you. I think it's a pretty serious infectious disease out of Africa, I believe. Obviously, with mosquitoes, it can travel anywhere. We have mosquitoes in Canada. We're pretty lucky here in Alberta. Like, you can look this up online. Allegedly, Alberta has no rats. I've never seen one. We don't have cockroaches either. Alberta has basically a rat patrol, and they kind of work around the edges of the province where the rats are likely to come from other farms and stuff like that, and they just kill everything they see. Getting close to the finish here, folks. 1 kilometer out. And like L. Roland's pushing super hard. I saw 9 watts a kilo. He's going again, folks, because there's more little bumps coming up. So they did attack on that last climb. Niels just popped off the back quickly. Niels will easily finish in 5th place. People are reacting to L. Roland now. Gil Matteo has countered at the front. Gil really strong. He's on the wrong bike. He's wearing an aero helmet. I think he's got the helmet on backwards too. Jersey's probably inside out, but he's strong. Let's leave it at that. Simon Honnenbroek taking a turn at the front now. They're just all trying to get over these climbs, these bumps. JJ Robinson, quick 7-8 watts per kilo. Simon Honnenbroek, 5-6 watts per kilo. Here comes Big Gil, coming through. Pretty flat. There might be a little bit, tiny bit of false flatty at the end here. We are along the coastline, so, it's going to be little bits of ups and downs. Looks like a great place to visit, doesn't it? I could just imagine sitting out here drinking beers all afternoon, watching whatever sports is on TV, pretending like I know something about it, like I'm all into the Premier League or something. Yeah, I know nothing about it. I wouldn't, nothing. I know nothing about. JJ Robinson lights it up, 11 watts a kilo, folks. 200 meters to go. Can anyone reel him back at this point? Simon Honnenbroek hitting 13 watts a kilo. Same with L. Roland. I think Gil Matteo just did as well. JJ Robinson just holding on. Just takes it at the finish, folks. Arms in the air. Beautiful finish. JJ Robinson. I don't even know that dude. Awesome stuff. Niels Brennan coming in 5th. Next, we're going to have Biker AP and Beer and Bike coming in together. M4B and Mahutch are in the mix as well. They're just dangling a little bit. We got 5 riders here. Defoe. And we even got Dave 12. What's going to happen here, folks? What is going to happen here? Another epic stream today, folks. I love it. I love these long streams. Long content is the only way to go for me. It just gives me a chance to talk about all the cool stuff I want to talk about. If you don't think it's cool, just tune out for a bit. If you think it's cool, encourage me. Okay, so it looks like Dave 12 is just falling off the back a little bit. He's out of the draft now too. Going to be very difficult to get back on. Biker AP pushing 8 watts per kilo has got a 6 meter lead over Defoe and will take him around the corner. Mahutch next, M4B, Beer and Bike, then Dave 12 coming in. Okay, so we've got Christ. I wonder what his name is really. I wonder if it's like Christopher or something. Like Christo, I'm seeing that in his name, and then the MP is something he threw on in the end, but Christ Homp just sounds like it's abbreviated for something. Ooh, Don Matteo in the mix here, so I'm expecting a big sprint out of Don Matteo. And the other 3 riders, never seen them in my life. All brand new to me. Don Matteo is on a live. Ooh, Gargano's going early here, folks. Leading out at 350 meters to go, Don Matteo is going to slowly wind it back in, and I'm sure is going to reel him right back in, folks. Let's see what Don Matteo's got left in the tank, considering he did the other race too, I believe. Actually, I think Gargano's going to stay away. Just hit him at the right time. Don Matteo for 13th. Chris here. Chris Thomp. Maybe it's that. 14th. I think I missed one rider there. We got Gregor coming in next. Ludwig DB. David Blue. People are all spread out here, folks. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, see, they're all split out here now. A lot of this is probably just people from the last race. Fatigue setting in. Felipe Ferreira here. Darth Puncher. Hey, Colin. Darth checking in. How's the legs? Actually, Darth, the legs feel great. You know what? Like, after I did that ride, you're probably referring to the Mount Lemon ride. Dude, I'm going to do stuff like that again. Like, stupid stuff like that. And that was really a stupid thing for me to do. Like, just kind of waking up. And I told a friend of mine who doesn't ride bikes. I'm trying to get him to ride bikes. His name's Jason. Jason Alterwitz. Based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I've known the guy through Xbox. I've met him, I don't know, 6-7 times in real life. I've taken him to a concert in Las Vegas. He's trying to lose weight. He's definitely not worked out since high school. Let's just leave it at that. He actually is a member of the YouTube channel, and he doesn't even ride bikes. So that's where he supports me. I told him if I can ever live down there, we'll be biking every day. I said, I will make you lose that weight that you so desperately want to get rid of. He just needs that motivation with someone else. Chris finishing in 20th, Rats him, Shark, and Neil coming over the top here, folks. Neil going in for, looks like 21st, 22nd. Oh my, 6-7 riders all finished together there, folks. I think Neil got 21st, so 6 came in together there with the Shark and a few other names I didn't even see. I think the last name I saw there was T. Markert, who we saw earlier. Check these 3 out. 27th, 28th, and 29th place. They're also level 6, level 7, and level 8. That's the kind of stuff I notice here. They're all going to finish in their respective positions because they're all split by a couple hundred meters in each. Bouncing back again. Yeah, so Darth, I feel pretty good. I was a little bit stiff that day, but it was more just... so I was talking about Jason there for a second, my Las Vegas buddy. The 26 minutes I had to get ready seemed like 1 minute passed. Just 1 minute. Okay, Darth's taken off. He's got some softball to coach. He does that. So yeah, we'll see you later, Darth. But yeah, the 26 minutes went so fast. I got no food. I did grab a piece of this little tiny pumpkin cake. I need icing at that point. It was like plain. Couple sips of coffee on the bike. Like, no food in me. Like, I was so not ready for that. But mentally, at least, mentally, I'm a little bit strong. I'm not saying I'm tough. I'm just saying I'm a little bit strong. I didn't quit it. And I had people message me say, wow, I can't believe you actually finished that. Even though I was dead last. No one finished behind me. I was the last person out there. I know Neil was shooting for 3 hours flat based on his climbing per 15 minutes, which is a smart way to do those things. I think he did it in 2:46. First time I did it was 2 hours and 55. This time took me 3 hours and 21 minutes. Probably with 10 minutes just pondering my life off the bike. So yeah, still coming in, folks. Here we got lots more riders coming in. Level 30th place, C. Barham here is just staying ahead of Christoph Schmecky. I don't know why I want to say Schmecky. Level 6 rider, doing really well here. Rouvy bike, just pointing that out. Stelvio bound here, looks like they probably, is that a Cervelo? Are you on a Cervelo or maybe a Giant Propel? I can't tell from here. I'm trying to see the handlebars. I'm looking closely. That's how the Cervelo has the split handlebar. That's a dead giveaway, but it's not. So I'm not really sure. Maybe Giant Propel then. That's my next guess. 32nd place here for Stelvio bound. Lorenzino had a little bit of a mechanical. So close to the finish too. Get back on, dude. Andy up coming. Just passing Lorenzino as well. Andy up. Looks like he's on the live. Andy up, level 80 as well, so ahead of me. A few more riders still coming in, folks. Let's stick here all the way. So what's coming up this week? It's Tuesday. I haven't heard any real comments about my lighting situation, so I assume everyone doesn't even care. Okay, so hang on a second here. What's this? Kyle saying Neil's music is funny. I'm walking home from Neil's with my dog. So Kyle dropped his car there for some reason. Neil, I don't know what kind of music Neil listens to. Maybe some like hard house music, techno, like circa 1994, I'm thinking. Darth's taken off. Yeah, Darth, thanks for stopping in, asking about the legs. Yeah, I actually feel fine. Even yesterday. Monday? Yeah, so even after the ride, I was a little stiff, but that's it. Back's fine. Sylvia's finished her climb at the same time as the Muckers finished straight. Awesome job, Sylvia. So, Sylvia, how many rides left for Diablo for you? And Sylvia's also asking about Thursday, I believe. She will be in the race, championship points. I will be at the race too to cover all the footage of it. And I'll try to break out some more maps and stuff. I'm really pumped that people like the maps. They like the geography talk a bit. So I really love maps. I love satellite photos. Geology's in my blood. So I like to show that stuff, give people like some perspective of where we are in the world. I mean, I didn't do anything for this one. I should have just quickly had it opened. It's actually all still there. I just need to go back to Google Maps, pull up Sicily, and find us. So I'm going to start doing that on every race from now on. It's a good way to get the video warmed up too, get my voice warmed up. So yeah, Wednesday, we don't really got tons going on, do we? I always find Rouvy to be quite dead on Wednesday. I've got the Belgian TTT tomorrow. There might be just two of us doing it. Whatever. Let's just go do a recon. I'll talk to Rubu if we know for fact some people aren't coming. Maybe you can join us. It's only 11 kilometers of your life. And it'll let you know, ooh, Mick is pushing hard here at the finish. Close to 10 watts per kilo to secure 37th place. We got Mouse coming in next. Then Thursday, so Sylvia only has one more Diablo climb left, and she gets the Trek Madone Gen 8 for free. I'll probably end up having to buy it. I do have the cash for it now, cold hard cash, 50,000 gold coins. Yeah, Thursday, guys, I'm forgetting what the Muckers race is on Thursdays. I've looked, and I forget already, so if someone could tell me. So Thursday, folks, that's the biggest race of the week. Most competitive race of the week. It's for championship points in the Muckers Worldwide Series. Join up. You don't have to be a Mucker to join it. You don't have to be actually in the championship series to compete in these. You just jump in. Do one. You don't ever have to return again if you don't want. Or all of a sudden, you're going to get sucked into the world of racing. And you're going to want to come back time and time again. So that's Thursday. Friday, I still haven't scheduled my chill sesh ride, as I'm calling it. I'll put something up. I'm going to do it today. Doing it today. So that is like 6:45 UK time. James Robinson, dude, I don't know you, but yeah, awesome finish there, man. Awesome stuff. I'm glad you jumped into the YouTube channel here. Dude, awesome attack. Perfect moment because you were racing against some absolute hitters there. You pulled it out perfectly. James, okay, so I want to call you JJ. I struggle with people's names. What am I doing wrong here? Let me just jump back a bit. So JJ Robinson, how long you been on Rouvy, and when did you start riding with the Muckers? Because I've seen you in just the last couple of races. I try to remember everyone. So just, if you want to comment, great. Let us know. But yeah, great racing. And thanks for finding the channel. Wow, folks, we're now deep into the stream, an hour and 48 minutes in, folks. Even the one I did yesterday, I know Kyle commented, hey, Colin, sorry for missing the stream. Not a big deal. You guys know all the stuff I was talking about yesterday. It's more of a renewed starter video. Sunday's Jasper, that's right. So what is that? I think it's kind of longer. I think it's 48 kilometers long. Is that right? 48, 42? Yeah, so you're going up through the Glacier Parkway. That's between Banff and Jasper. Sorry, between Lake Louise and Jasper and the Rocky Mountains there. Yeah, I've done that one too. So that's a good route. Should be for some good racing. And not any more climbing. No more La Vuelta climbing. We're done with that for now, I think. We got Carlos here. I'm not really sure if I saw Carlos out there today. Did I see Carlos out there? I'm not sure if I did. Carlos is the one with the old Rouvy avatar. Okay, so I did see them. So we got Dominique Rossi finishing up ahead, this Canadian friend of mine who needs to get a new bike. Or get on the right bike. He probably has it, just doesn't realize it. Carlos coming in next. Lorenzino has just walked away. He broke down here. He pulled like just a bratty cyclist. He took his bike and just whipped it over to the left. It went over that little stone wall, and now it's sitting in the Mediterranean. And now he's just sitting there in a pool of despair. Triathlon Tito coming in next, level 80 rider. Yeah, again, we saw her at Mount Lemmon. I think it's, yeah, Triathlon Tito. That's the best way I can say that name. Simply Slim coming in, level 9. Tomasco, level 6 rider is going to have 46th place. And I think that's it out there. We lost Gerd Boy. We lost Dolph quite early. Where is Dolph? Okay, that's Fard. Is that Dolph there? Yeah, that's Dolph there. We lost Dolph on that first climb. And I know Dolph would have finished this, so something happened at home. He couldn't get reconnected. And it's tough too when you go through those, because I used to have that too. I used to always get logged out of my rides. So if you've noticed in the Rouvy app itself, you can log out. You can just turn it off and walk away. But the problem I was having at the time, and it recurred over and over and over, and I lost a couple of rides because of it. It would say something token timed out, and it would throw me out of Rouvy altogether. So all I can suggest is, this is what I do. This is the fix. And they might have fixed it in the background anyways, is log out, because you're probably occupying space on their server. Like it's kind of like if you video game. If you're a video gamer, I am, you go in a game, you walk away, you leave it, it'll say after a while you've been kicked from the server because blah, blah, blah. They don't want you taking up server space, taking up resources. Probably that's what was happening to me, so I just log out by default now, and I re-log in every time. Who do we got left out here, folks? We've got Triathlon Tito, Simply Slim, Tomasco. So we've got only 3 riders left out there. Folks, I'm coming up now on 2 hours, I would imagine. Hour and 52 minutes. Okay, James saying, JJ, that's fine with Rouvy for a number of years, but a winter racer. Okay, cool. Join the Muckers races when I can, but was already part of a few of the leagues, Mamikis, and Rec Race. Okay, I don't know Rec Race. Yeah, totally. It's hard to fit into all of them. JJ, for me, Muckers. That's where the racing is. It's always the most consistent racing with the strongest riders. That's my recommendation, especially on Thursdays. These Tuesday races have been getting huge turnouts. If you want something shorter, Team GRC, who I'm part of, we do a Sunday short race. They're like half an hour to 40 minutes long of like all-out Watts Apocalypse, FTP test type riding. So those are every Sunday morning in North America for me. I'm assuming that you're in North America. Just guessing. Anyway, folks, yeah, we're at an hour and 53 minutes. I'm going to jump off now, get on with my life, start scheming of how I'm going to make this even better and bigger. I'll catch you all again real soon. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please hit that little like button. Like, this was such a great video, wasn't it? Just like it. The likes are important for the algorithm. Then YouTube will share it to other people that have searched for cycling. They may not be searching for virtual cycling. Just, hey, I want to learn about cycling. My videos might get recommended to them. My videos get more views. My channel does better. I make more videos, and it just keeps going round and round. Anyway, folks, I'm jumping now. That's it. We're done today. See you soon.